great to have you.
Awesome to be here.
Can you tell us what your name is and where you're coming from?
Yeah, sure. I'm Chloe Thomas from eCommerce MasterPlan. I'm an author and podcast host, so I host the eCommerce MasterPlan podcast and write various books about e-commerce.
Very cool. So you're in the right spot. So
I hope so.
What brings you to eCommerce Expo?
Well, I come every year.
Okay.
This year I'm footloose and fancy free because I'm not speaking and I'm not chairing, which is a bit of a novelty. But it means I get to spend lots of time catching up with friends and, more importantly, learning about what's going on in the industry. So as I know what the latest and the greatest is, so I can make sure that all the people who listen to my podcast and everything else I do are getting the right information.
That's great. And so that brings me to my next question, actually. What do you see coming up in the way of e-commerce and personalization in terms of trends?
I think the big thing is that now we're so focused on the customer and making sure the experience is great for the customer. It's no longer optional to be doing some level of personalization, some level of getting your site right for the different consumer. Even if you've only got one product, you still have to do elements of personalization. And for those who have more than one product, to be assuming that everyone who lands on your website wants to see the same thing, everyone who gets your emails wants to see the same thing is just insane.
Yeah.
So I think that's the big shift, is it's no longer optional. I think the other big trend is that the ability to do it now and to do it across multiple channels simultaneously is just so powerful that anyone who's not adopting and starting to do and embracing personalization that takes advantage of all those elements is really missing a trick.
Absolutely.
It's not just put a widget on my website and forget about it anymore. It's really do it properly, and I think those are the great case studies we're going to see coming out of this Christmas and beyond.
So, what do you have coming up in 2020?
2020, well, it seems so far away, but it's going to be here so soon. So at the very end of 2019, in November, I've got my new book coming out, which is, it's very cool. It's called E-commerce Marketing, How to Get Traffic That Buys to Your Website.
Very important.
It's just ever so slightly important. So a lot of the beginning of 2020 is going to be about promoting that and about spreading the word, so it helps lots of retailers, which is the whole point. And then 2020, I think I'm going to be launching a second podcast.
Busy.
Very busy, and just really continuing to help retailers solve their problems, which is what I like to do day in, day out, really.
Great. Well, that's going to keep you busy for sure.
Just a little bit.
Well, thanks so much for stopping by and chatting with us, and enjoy the rest of the show.
No, thank you. It's been a pleasure.